Stop, Miss Ferrera, you need to stop right now, because you know what? You've been making faces throughout this entire trial. This entire trial, yeah, you have been. And everything's been caught on video. I know, and I also hope that the court has caught and noticed all of the gestures and the tone which was addressed yesterday to his baby. But it's fine, no problem, I will do my best. Please, do your best. Yeah, and your attitude is very disrespectful. I'll note for the record. Okay, very good. You wouldn't mind moving. Let's bring him back in.
Wow. That was deep. Oh, Lord, honey. All right, y'all. This is Foolio trial.
Is there any way do you know, Mr. McClimate, what exhibit you need to get started? And the other, your co-counsel can be working on that while you're cross-examining the detective. Okay, why don't we do that? So I would just ask Mr. Malcolm and Miss White, when you are looking for the other evidence, if you wouldn't mind just doing it over there so you're not a distraction from the detective's testimony. Yep. You see that to the right there? Okay, very good. Detective Ramos, good morning. And we're ready to proceed. Let's go ahead and bring in the jury.
Hey, Ted.
All right. Members of the jury, I apologize, we got a little later start than I anticipated. I got caught in traffic, so this one's on me, okay? All right, but with that, we are ready to proceed. Mr. McClymonds?
All right, good morning, Detective Ramos.
Good morning, sir.
All right, so there's no evidence whatsoever that at the time Alicia Andrews was attempting to book an Airbnb that she knew of some murder plot to kill Julio. Is that correct?
He can answer if he knows.
There, at the time that she's booking it on Friday, are you specifying or
At the
now?
time that she sends an Instagram text message to the individual on Instagram at that time.
I can't speak to what was going on in her mind at the specific time she's sending that message.
All right, there's no confession note anywhere from Alicia Andrews that she knew of any murder plot. That's correct?
Correct, sir.
There's no incriminating message in her phone that says she knew of a murder plot to kill Julio Charles Jones. Is that correct?
In detail, no.
All right. When you say in detail, no. Is there any undetailed or less detailed message in her phone that says she knew of a plot to kill Julio Charles Jones?
I'm aware of the messages that she wished death on the victim, Mr. Jones.
Those messages 4 years before the murder happened have any indication that she knew that Charles Jones was going to die on June 23rd of 2024?
No.
And you have no way of definitively knowing whether she knew that Charles Jones was going to get killed, correct?
As a totality of the evidence throughout the case, yes.
You do?
The evidence would point to her knowledge in the involvement of the crime, her
All right.
participation.
Is that there's evidence, I guess in the totality of the evidence, you know that Alicia Andrews, you know definitively that Alicia Andrews knew that Charles Jones was going to die.
Again, there's no singular piece of evidence other than a detailed confession that can tell me what's going on in someone's mind. So there's an inference or a logical deduction based off of all of the evidence that we've compiled in this case.
So you're making inferences.
It's evidence.
All right. And you said there's nothing short of a confession that would let you know that Alicia Andrews knew that Charles Jones was going to die. Is that your statement?
Wait. Hold on. What's the objection? Sustain the objection.
For the misstatement of the argument.
No, for the misstating what the detective just said.
All right. Detective, you mind repeating what you just said?
You're going to have to repeat the question prior.
So, you're saying that in the totality, if I'm saying it incorrectly, correct me.
Sure.
In the totality of what you have looked at, that there's evidence that Alicia Andrews knew Charles Jones was going to die.
Yes.
All right. And then you also said that the only thing that would show that Charles Jones knew, or that Alicia Andrews knew that Charles Jones was going to die is a confession.
No, your question was if she knew at the time that specifically she sent the message. Overall, if she knew throughout the whole weekend, the evidence would point that she knew.
All right, but I'm talking about your mention of a confession earlier. You mentioned that short of a confession, there's no evidence that would show definitively that she knew.
No, that's not correct.
All right, you didn't say that, what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying is that the confession would be something that could point at her state of mind. The evidence that we've compiled in the case would lead to the inference or the logical deduction that she did know Foolio was going to die that weekend.
All right. So I want to talk about Alicia Andrews' motive now. There is no motive for Alicia Andrews, in your opinion, other than her connections and loyalty to Isaiah Chance. Is that correct?
Again, based off of the messaging in her phone where she wished death on him, that's evident that she had some wish that he would die.
You read the message in Alicia Andrews' phone?
I have reviewed them.
And does it say she wished Charles Jones would die?
I can't recall the specific verbiage.
Does it say she wanted to kill Charles Jones?
No.
Charles Jones had a lot of enemies, correct?
Correct.
He talked about a lot of people
Hey, Antonio.
Yes.
in a lot of derogatory manners.
My understanding, yes.
He danced on people's graves,
That's what I understand, yes.
made songs about dead people,
Correct.
mocked dead people,
Yes.
and therefore, and millions of people saw these things online, correct?
Correct.
All right, and so millions of people had opinions about Charles Jones, correct?
I can't speak to what everyone else felt towards Mr. Jones, only those who participated in his murder.
So you can't say whether there were people who felt certain ways about Charles Jones.
I sustain the objection.
All right. So Charles Jones did all of these things, and the only thing that you can speak on is how the individuals in this case felt about him.
That's my responsibility to figure out who killed Mr. Jones. I can't speak on everyone else's idea of Mr. Jones.
All right. So you can't draw any inferences about how the people felt about Mr. Jones.
Outside of the perpetrators in this crime, I can't speak about other people.
But you can speak about the gangs, right? You've spoken about gangs that he had problems with, right?
Yes.
And other people in Jacksonville he had problems with, right?
Yes.
And that those people didn't like him as well.
Yes.
All right. And you're speaking about other people's motives. I want to speak about, let's go with Davion and Rashad Murphy. Davion and Rashad Murphy were related to an individual named Spaz. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Spaz's real name, his last name is Murphy, right?
I can't recall.
All right. But Spaz,
I'm aware that they're related to Gerard Adams, who was killed. That's the extent of my knowledge of their personal motive.
all right. So Gerard Adams is killed at a football game at Rains High School, correct?
Correct.
In 2018.
That's my understanding, yes.
All right. And the person who is alleged to have killed him, or at least was convicted of killing Spaz, Gerard Adams, is Robert Howard, right?
Yes.
All right. Robert Howard gets arrested, he gets convicted, and he gets sent to prison, correct?
Correct.
And he gets out sometime 2023, 2024. Is that right?
Yes, sir. That's my understanding.
All right. So the Murphy brothers, from the evidence that you've seen in their phones, they felt a certain way about Spaz being killed. Is that correct?
That's my understanding.
All right. They were angry that Spaz was killed.
That's my understanding.
All right. And they knew that Robert Howard was convicted for killing Spaz. Is that correct?
I would assume so.
So Robert Howard and Charles Jones, they're close friends, right?
Correct.
So Robert Howard gets out of prison for the killing, right?
Yes.
And then him and Charles Jones, they start to get together and hang out. Is that correct?
That's my
That's what they
understanding.
were doing the night that Charles Jones was killed, correct?
Yeah, Mr. Howard and Mr. Jones were hanging out the night that he was killed, yes.
All right. And so much so that Robert Howard was on one of the flyers for Charles Jones's parties.
That is correct.
Robert Howard and Charles Jones were in the same vehicle that night?
At some point in the beginning, I believe they were in the same vehicle or maybe on the drive down, but at the actual time of the murder, they weren't in the same vehicle.
All right. So Robert Howard and Charles Jones, they rode from the Airbnb to Teasers together, correct?
No.
They did not.
No. Robert Howard arrived at Teasers at approximately 1:41 a.m. on the 23rd, and Mr. Jones arrived at Teasers at approximately 2:24 to 2:26 a.m.
Robert Howard was at the Airbnb with Charles Jones?
Yes.
So the Murphy brothers, or the related Murphy pair, they knew that Robert Howard was also going to be with Charles Jones.
I'm not sure if they knew. Well, if they saw the flyer, yes.
Yeah, surely because Rashad Murphy presented evidence that his Instagram account was searching Charles Jones's Foolio, his Instagram page.
Yes, correct, sir.
Right. So we know Rashad Murphy was looking at Foolio's page, his Instagram page.
Yes.
And likely would have seen the flyers that were on the page.
Correct.
Right? And those flyers had Charles Jones and Robert Howard in the same picture.
Correct.
All right. I want to talk about Sean Gathright and his motive. Sean Gathright, before this incident, he'd never been involved in any gang activity. He'd never been monitored as a gang member. Is that correct?
By law enforcement, I don't believe so.
All right. So Sean Gathright was not, and he's 18 years old at the time of this?
I believe so.
Did you ever uncover a motive for Sean Gathright?
As other than his relationship with Isaiah Chance and the suspicions that they were involved in other gangland murders in Jacksonville. Again, nothing specific, not a confession or anything like that.
So for Sean Gathright, it's I guess his connection to Isaiah Chance that is his motive for this shooting in this case?
It was my understanding from the research done by Jacksonville that Mr. Gaithright and Mr. Chance participate in criminal activity together.
When you say the research done by Jacksonville, are you saying you did not do your own research?
Of course I did.
All right, so let's talk about, I guess, your research and figuring out what the motive for Sean Gathright was. Do you have any other motive besides his connection to Isaiah Chance?
Like a personal motive between Sean and Mr. Jones? I'm not aware of it.
Yes, personal motive. So whether it be money, whether it be that someone in SeanGathright's family or one of his friends were killed by 6 Block or Julio, anything like that.
For Sean Gaithright, no.
And then Isaiah Chance's motive in this case. I'm assuming, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that you believe his motive is that his friend Tilly was killed.
Multiple members. My understanding is he was very close to 23 as well, signified by his chain and what he's talked on social media, and then Tilly as well. So there's multiple people who have died on Mr. Chance's side that would lead me to believe that he had a motive in this.
All right. So you're saying on his side. What is his side?
The side of the gang war that he's on.
What is the side? What do you mean side? You're talking about ATK.
Yeah, it's well established that there's a rival gang war going on in Jacksonville between the victims' gang, 6 Block, and opposing gangs, ATK, their subset groups, and 1200. So Mr. Isaiah Chance was more aligned with the rival gangs of Mr. Jones.
All right. But which rival gang did his, I guess, friends or colleagues die in?
There's ATK, NHG, and some other subset groups.
So you all have Isaiah Chance in ATK, in NHG, and in 1200.
I don't have Isaiah Chance in anything. Will has documented as a gang member and established his connection to the gangs.
All 3 of those gangs.
The gangs work like hybrid gangs sometimes. It's not just clear cut one gang. You can hop from one gang to another if you have a fallout. And now you're running with 1200 allies in the war against 6 Block. That happens.
All right. So you're saying that individuals in one gang can just hop out of one, get into another, hop out of that one, get into another gang.
From my experience of reviewing gangs, it happens. Yes.
All right. And multiple of Isaiah Chance's acquaintances have died, and so therefore he wants to kill Julio. Is that correct? Other than Isaiah Chance, you have no evidence that Alicia Andrews hung out with any gang members or associates. Is that correct?
associates. There's evidence she hung out with Sean Gaithright.
That she hung out with Sean Gaithright. So your testimony today is that there is evidence that Alicia Andrews has hung out with other gang members and gang associates other than Isaiah Chance.
Yes.
Sean Gaithright is a
Gang associate.
who identified him as a gang associate.
So there's a documentation process for gang members, but not for gang associate. However, there is statutory guidelines on what could classify someone as a gang associate per Florida Statute 874.03.
And when was Sean Gaithright classified as a gang associate?
Again, there's no input for gang associate.
So
It would just be an investigation and a collection of evidence and reliable sources of information. And if we go back throughout the last 4 years of Sean Gaithright's relationship with Isaiah Chance and research, there would be enough statutory requirement to label him a gang associate.
All right. So the gang associate, you're just placing that on him based off of feeling like he needs the gang associate.
Well, it's not my feeling. It's what the law says.
Right, but when did he become a gang associate? According to the law.
Again, there's no specific date that someone gets labeled a gang associate. When I learned that he was a gang associate is when I realized, that there's evidence of his involvement in this gang war. Somebody else might have known he was a gang associate prior to that or after that. There's no specific date that somebody gets labeled a gang associate.
All right, so before this murder, before June 2024, when did Alicia Andrews hang out with Sean Gaithright?
According to her statement to me, there was some kind of gathering at his house that she went to some time ago.
All right. That's the only time that she was around Sean Gaithright?
Which she told me, yes. Oh, and then obviously her hanging out with him throughout the weekend of the murder of Mr. Jones.
Right, so but before this weekend of this murder,
Yes,
you know of one incident where Alicia Andrews was around Sean Gaithright?
from her statement, yes.
All right, and she told you that she went to his house with Isaiah Chance, correct?
Yes.
She sat in the car?
No, specifically that she went to a gathering.
Yeah.
But then the sitting in the car was she may have been to his house other times and sat in the car at those times.
She said she went in and got a plate of food.
Something along those lines.
All right, and that was it. Right?
Yes, something along those lines,
Right.
yes.
She's never, before this incident, spent any time with him away, out of town, correct?
From my knowledge, I can't speak to that.
You don't have any text messages that prove that Alicia Andrews had conversations with Sean Gaithright before this incident?
No, not that I can recall.
All right. They don't have any Instagram direct messages between each other?
Not that I got it for the time period that I pulled.
All right. And they don't have any photographs together?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right. They didn't go to school together?
Not that I'm aware of.
They don't know each other's parents?
I'm not aware of that.
Other than going with Isaiah Chance to get a plate of food on one instance, you don't have any evidence at all that Alicia Andrews was hanging out with Sean Gaithright?
Overall, go ahead.
Sean Gaithright and Isaiah Chance are close friends for years. So, and the defendant, Alicia Andrews, has been dating Isaiah Chance on and off for 4 years. So,
So you're assuming that because Alicia Andrews and Isaiah Chance are dating on and off, that she must have been around Sean Gaithright at some point?
I'm not going to make that assumption, no.
Okay. Talk about Robert Howard. Was Charles Jones one of his closest friends, correct?
That's my understanding.
All right. You don't have any other reason to understand anything different, right?
No.
And Robert Howard was affiliated with Six Block, Charles Jones's affiliation, same affiliation.
That's my understanding, yes, sir.
And Robert Howard used to speak to Isaiah Chance on the phone. Is that correct?
Yes.
They spoke to each other on the phone, even though they're in so-called rival gangs.
That's my understanding,
They
yes.
spoke to each other on the phone for hours at a time, even though they're on rival gangs, right?
My understanding, that's not an uncommon practice. Like, these guys talk to each other via Twitter Spaces and spend a lot of time on the phone talking to each other.
So well, if it's not uncommon, is there another example that you have of two rival gang members who speak to each other for hours on end on the phone?
Not specifically.
Okay, but it's not uncommon.
No, in this gang war, Mr. Howard himself and other people have told me that these specific gang members in these specific gangs talk to each other on Twitter Spaces, on FaceTime, often. That's my understanding of this specific gang war.
You don't have another example of two individuals in rival gangs speaking to each other for hours on end.
Sustained.
You also know that when Isaiah Chance and Robert Howard would speak on the phone for hours, that Isaiah Chance was using Alicia Andrews' phone to have these conversations.
I'm aware that a phone number mentioned by Robert Howard, something about his girlfriend, put it into Cash App and it had the name Alicia. So I don't know that it was Alicia's phone, or just a number that at some point was connected to a Cash App that had the name Alicia on it.
All right, so then let's go through that. Robert Howard, what you're testifying to is that Robert Howard was talking to somebody on a particular phone, talking to Isaiah Chance on a particular phone number, right?
Yes.
And Robert Howard's girlfriend goes to his phone, gets the number, puts the number in Cash App, correct? You just testified.
Well, overall, you can go ahead and answer if you know.
Yes, Your Honor.
Robert Howard takes the phone number. Robert Howard's girlfriend takes the phone number and puts it in Cash App, correct?
This is what Robert Howard is saying. I have no way of verifying that this actually happened or what number it was.
But you don't have any reason to doubt what Robert Howard told you, right?
Sustained. Speculation.
So, what Robert Howard's friend puts a number in the phone and a number that in the Cash App, and the number that pops up is, or the name that pops up is Alicia Andrews, correct?
No,
The name that pops up is not Alicia Andrews.
it's not Andrews. His direct testimony or statement to me was that his girlfriend put the phone number into Cash App and the name Alicia came up, not Alicia Andrews.
Okay. All right, but I did not come up.
In the Cash App?
Correct.
Again, according to Mr. Howard's testimony, no.
All right. And the inference there is that Isaiah Chance is using Alicia's phone.
And a sustained objection.
Did you track down the number that Robert Howard was talking to Isaiah Chance on?
No,
Why not?
he didn't. He wasn't able to tell me.
And it's not in his phone.
I don't have access to Mr. Howard's phone.
You don't have access to his phone records?
No, I have access to the call detail records that I pulled from the 30-day period prior to this homicide, but my understanding was that Mr. Howard's conversations with Isaiah Chance spanned over a period of years. So no, I do not have years worth of call detail records for Mr. Howard.
All right, but you could have gotten those.
I'm not aware of how far back I can go. Typically, the rule of the normal process is to pull 30 days. We don't want to be too invasive in pulling records.
But you can ask Robert Howard for his consent to get those records, right?
That wouldn't have been material to this investigation.
Okay, so it's not material that Robert Howard is talking to someone in a rival gang that is a suspect in the murder of his best friend.
No, I'm specifically talking about the phone number from years ago.
All right. So you never verified whether Robert Howard was talking to Isaiah Chance?
It's his testimony. I have no way of verifying conversations that I don't know the exact dates, what phone numbers were used from years ago.
But you didn't attempt to verify it.
For this investigation, it wasn't material, no.
It's not that you don't have a way to verify, you just didn't try to do it.
Sustain the objection.
Like, what cross-examination? I don't even understand the objection for arguing cross.
Well, I understand it, and I just sustain the objection. So please ask your next question. Yep. Terribly. Okay, thank you. And I'm sorry, and I apologize. Remind me, are you Mr. Coffey or Mr. Brandon? Mr. Coffey. So let the record reflect that Mr. Coffey has been seated at the table of the state attorney in order to help Mr. McClymond with exhibits, and now the state is objecting because they can't have confidential communications with each other because a member of defense team is seated at their table. So defense has asked if we can find some way for Mr. Coffey to be seated so that he can aid Mr. McClymond without infringing upon the state's right to have confidential communication. So, do we have anything, I don't know how close we can put him in a chair.
Small table over there.
Great. And yeah, he's gonna be like over here, so that way they can talk so he doesn't hear them. There you go. Yep. Put the laptop on the table right there in front of him. Not for me. Yes. State, is that suitable?
Yeah, thank you, Ron. Anything about my turn? That's fine, Judge.
Okay, very good. All right, let's proceed. Let's bring our jury back in. Okay.
Hey there.
All rise. All yours, David.
Okay, very good. Everyone have a seat and you may proceed.
All right. You're aware of Isaiah Chance falling out with ATK prior to this shooting. Is that correct?
I have been informed of something. Yes.
All right. So ATK is the bigger rival gang of Six Block. Is that correct?
That's my understanding.
And the back and forth is mainly between Six Block's leader at the time, Charles Jones, and ATK's Youngin Ace. Is that correct?
Well, there's back and forth between all of the gang members.
Right. But Youngin Ace is the prominent gang member that Charles Jones and Six Block argue with and feud with. Correct?
They also argue with, my understanding, Rivers on 1200 and some others. As far as ATK, there's specific beef with the gang ATK. My understanding is that Young and Ace is the prominent figure of that gang.
All right. And Isaiah Chance fell out with that gang, with ATK.
That's what's been told to me.
All right. And ATK and 1200, they're two separate gangs. They're not the same gang.
That's my understanding.
So I want to go now to the beginning.
Sure.
I want to go to State's Exhibit 79. Saturday, June 22nd, 2020.
I can't see the file name, but it does appear.
Yes.
Man, he sit down. Jesus.
All right, this is June 22nd of 2024.
It appears to be.
All right, and this is at Sean Gathrigh's residence.
Correct.
And this is the part of the video camera where Isaiah Chance arrives at the residence, correct?
It appears to be.
And he's just gotten out of the vehicle with a firearm and tucked it into his waistband.
I can't recall at which specific point, like in this clip right here. But that does happen, yes.
Okay. All right. Let's rewind that. All right. Did you see Mr. Chance tuck the firearm into his waistband?
I saw him tuck something from this angle, yes.
All right. At this point in time, Alicia Andrews is not present, correct?
That is correct.
All right. She's at home.
That is correct.
All right. And this is when Isaiah Chance first arrives.
Correct.
Isaiah Chance is going inside of Sean Gathrigh's home.
Yes.
All right. Continue to play. At this point, Impala is not present. Is that?
There's another angle. From this angle, I can't tell.
All right. Isaiah Chance grabs bags from his BMW. Is that accurate?
It appears that he's grabbing some bags from his BMW, yes.
All right. At this point, Alicia Andrews is still not present on the scene.
Correct.
Long bag that he's grabbing there. Is that correct? His right hand.
The blue one in his right hand, yes.
And there's the same long blue bag that Isaiah Chance is going inside the house with it.
Yes.
He doesn't take the bag from the BMW and put it straight into the Chevy Impala. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. And he goes back to the BMW to gather more belongings.
Yes, sir.
That's Sean Gathright on the camera.
Yes, sir.
Sean Gathright is with Isaiah Chance
At
at
this
this
time,
time.
yes.
Alicia Andrews is still not present.
That's correct.
Actually, Alicia Andrews is never present during any of the time where Sean Gathright and Isaiah Chance are packing and unpacking the vehicles at Sean Gathwright's house. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
She's at home.
Correct.
She doesn't know what they're doing.
I can't speak to what she knows.
You don't have any evidence that she knows what they're doing.
Sustained as to state of mind, you can answer the question as far as evidence you may have or not have.
Do you have any evidence that Alicia Andrews knew that Isaiah Chance and Sean Gathright were packing any of these belongings in this car, in this Impala?
No.
Did Isaiah Chance tell Alicia Andrews that he was packing anything?
Do I have evidence of
Any
communication?
text message, anything?
No.
And they're packing these vehicles, they're going back and forth with these bags, they're doing that for a couple of hours. Is that correct?
I believe Mr. Chance got there somewhere around 12:30 p.m. The packing occurs before they leave at 3:54. So yeah, I would say a couple hours, sir.
All right. For that entire stretch of time, Alicia Andrews is not present.
She arrives closer to right before they leave.
Right, but she's not present when they're packing any of the bags for those few hours. Is that correct?
For the packing of the bags, no.
Or the packing of the cars with the bags.
She's not present for this specific sequence of the bags coming out of Mr. Gaithwright's car and going into the Impala at this time.
Okay. All right. So Alicia Andrews gets there around what time?
Are we still using this, or are you done?
Yes, we are.
I'd have to go to the report to give you the exact time.
That's fine.
15-20 hours.
15:20. So that's
3:20 p.m.
3:20 p.m.
Yes.
All right. So earlier on direct, you testified that those salespeople that came by the house, that they were talking to Alicia Andrews in the BMW. She's sitting in the front passenger seat. Correct. All right. When she arrives in that BMW, she never goes inside of Sean Gathwright's home, right?
That is correct.
She sits in the vehicle
Yes.
and is away from Sean Gathright and away from Isaiah Chance, who just went into the home.
Up to the point where they all leave in the same car. Yes.
Right. And when Alicia Andrews gets out of the BMW, she goes into an Impala. Is that correct?
Yeah, it appeared she went into the back seat of Sean Gaithwright's black Impala. Correct.
At this time, when Alicia Andrews is seated in the BMW, in that driveway there's no Chevy Impala there, correct?
Mr. Gaithwright had left for some time in this sequence. Yes.
All right. So when she arrived, there was no black Impala.
I believe so. Yes.
There's another vehicle in the driveway. Is that correct?
Yes.
A white car.
Yes, I see it.
Andrews is getting out of the front passenger seat of the BMW,
Correct.
and she goes directly into the backseat of the Impala.
Correct.
Sean Gathright ran past the vehicle. Did he stop and say hi to Alicia Andrews?
It did not appear that happened.
They don't even acknowledge each other. Is that correct?
I can't hear if there's
You
dialogue.
didn't see them look at each other, correct?
Objection, argumentative.
Overruled.
You didn't see them look at each other,
It
correct?
doesn't appear that they have much interaction in this clip. No,
They
sir.
don't give each other a hug or anything like that.
There was no hug that I saw, sir.
This video, it also had audio, is that correct?
Yes, it did.
And it captured some conversations, or at least people talking back and forth throughout the few hours that they were packing the bags and packing the cars. Is that correct?
So the angle from that captures the driveway that was closest to the Impala, we're right next to the Impala talking. You can make it out, but like anything further than that, it's very difficult to make out what's being said.
All right, but there are things that are being said on the camera, correct?
Yes.
And nothing on the camera footage, the audio from it, nothing says that Alicia Andrews knows of any murder plot.
They didn't articulate that on the camera, no, sir.
There is in this photo, this is when Alicia Andrews comes back.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
All right. And there's like a pink bag in the photo there.
At some point, yes.
All right. This pink bag, you were mentioning it on direct. Did you
Yes.
ever recover the pink bag?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
All right, it's not recovered. You know who the pink bag belongs to.
No.
So you don't know if it belongs to Alicia, you don't know if Alicia Andrews, you don't know if it belongs to Isaiah Chance, correct?
No.
You don't know if it belongs to Sean Gathright.
I'm aware that it came out of Mr. Gathwright's home and ultimately goes back into Mr. Gathwright's home, but I have no way of proving who the rightful owner is of that pink bag.
Do you know what was in the pink bag?
No.
All right, and is that pink bag big enough to fit any of the rifles that are in evidence inside of it?
I can't, without the dimensions of the bag, I wouldn't be able to speculate on that.
All right, no problem. The pink bag was it uncovered or found during the search warrant?
Not that I'm aware of.
What is the relevance of this pink bag?
So, again, there was bags that were loaded into the Impala out of Sean Gathwright's home. Those bags were then unloaded into the Airbnb, and then those bags were taken out of the Airbnb and transported back to Jacksonville.
Right, but there was a heavy focus on this pink bag, and I just want to make sure that we understand what the pink bag is. So that pink bag, as far as you know, didn't have any guns or weapons in it, correct?
I have no way of knowing what's inside the bag from the video footage.
All right. And when Alicia Andrews left Sean Gathwright's home initially, she was not driving the Impala, is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, we're done with this exhibit.
And if council would do me a favor, just because we have so much evidence in this case, so many exhibits, I should say. If you're done utilizing something, Mr. Coffey, if you wouldn't mind just handing it back to the clerk to make sure she gets it back, okay? All right, thank you.
Let's go to State's Exhibit 61A. It states 60. So that's the Airbnb on the left there, correct?
Correct.
All right, and it has a ring camera. That's what you were showing.
Yes.
All right. There's parking along the side of the building, correct?
Correct.
All right. People do park on the side of the building, right?
There are spots there, yes, sir.
So when Alicia Andrews arrives, that door, she is caught on that ring camera. Is that correct?
Yes.
You can see the ring camera from this distance, right?
Yes.
It's also listed in the Airbnb listing that there are security cameras at the premises, right?
I'm not aware of that.
You're not aware of that?
I'm not doubting it. I haven't read the listing to know that off the top of my head.
All right. When Alicia Andrews arrives to the Airbnb and she's on camera going in the front door, she approaches the door and she knocks on the door. Is that correct?
That's correct.
She has her bag in her hand.
She had, I believe, a phone in her hand, maybe a bag on her shoulder.
And when she approaches the door and knocks on it, someone from inside lets her in, correct?
That's what the evidence would suggest at this point with the log and all the information that we have. I have no definitive way of knowing that someone inside let her in.
Okay. Well, she knocks. She doesn't put in a code, correct?
It does appear she's knocking when the first video starts, yes.
And because she didn't open the door, somebody on the inside must open it. Is that correct?
There's multiple ways to gain access. You could be let in by the owner. Somebody could open it. It could have been unlocked. At that specific moment, there's no way to tell what's happening inside.
All right, but the owner is not inside the unit, right?
No.
The owner of the Airbnb. He's actually lives in a different city.
Correct. Yes, sir.
And the only way for him to open the door would be through some remote system.
Yes.
All right, and the owner was not talking to Alicia Andrews when she approached the door. Is that correct?
Not that I have any evidence of.
All right. I'm going to play State's Exhibit 61A. In this video, is Alicia Andrews hiding from the camera?
It doesn't appear to be. No.
You hear someone say, "My bad," as she walks inside. Is that correct? All right. So somebody was inside.
So the ring camera has the ability to communicate via the speaker. The logical deduction at this point with the logs and all the information we have is that yes, we believe someone was inside at this moment, but there's no definitive way to know whether that voice came from inside or the speaker.
Okay, if it came from the speaker, it would have had to come from the owner or one of his employees. Is that correct?
Someone who has access to the account, sure.
All right. When you were interrogating Alicia Andrews, and up until, I guess, this trial, you initially believed that Alicia Andrews was let in through the intercom, through the remote access. Right. When did you come to realize that Alicia was not let in remotely?
When I examined the locking mechanism log myself.
So like a month ago?
I can't recall the exact date, but yes, it was more recent to the trial than I didn't have it in July of 2024.
All right. And during the interrogation, you and Detective Campbell said you knew for 1,000% that she opened the door and let everyone else in through the back. Is that correct?
Again, so there's logical deductions and inferences that have to be made with circumstantial evidence. That's a part of the requirement. Evidence, it's still evidence. At that time, I was not privy to the locking log that would have shown that the lock was manipulated somewhere in between 55 and 36 when we see it. There's a 36-second buffer that, yes, theoretically, it's possible somebody else put in the code and came in right before she did. And from the logs, we can see that they lock and lock almost simultaneously. So it does appear, now that I have all of the information, that somebody likely came in a few seconds before her. She got locked out, and that's why she's knocking. And yes.
All right. But I guess you didn't have all the information about that until a month before trial.
Specifically, the locking log, the exhibit where we can see the thumb lock turn and unlock. I didn't have that information during the interrogation room while I was in the interrogation.
And that locking log changed your perception of what you were seeing in this video, correct?
In totality, yes, sir.
All right. So is it still your opinion that Alicia Andrews opened the door with a code or was let in remotely and then let people in through the back?
No, as far as the entry, those are two separate things. As far as the entry, again, I just testified to the fact that when we analyze all of the data to include the locking log mechanism, it does appear that someone let her in. She didn't put in a code herself. And as far as whether she opened the back door or not, I have no way of knowing who opened the back door. Okay.
All right. At this time, I think you've testified that, and the time is there on the screen, 19:55. That's 7:55 p.m. Correct?
Correct.
And Davion Murphy is not on scene yet.
The cell phone evidence that I have would suggest that yes, he was not on scene yet.
All right. So when Alicia Andrews arrives to the Airbnb, it's impossible for her to see Davion Murphy and whoever Davion Murphy was driving to Tampa with at the Airbnb in the beginning.
The Murphys arrived 5 minutes after she did.
Okay.
So at the specific time that she arrives at 7:52, yes, they were not there. She would not have seen them at 7:52.
And she would not have seen them when she first walked into the door either, correct?
Yeah, their devices, Davion's device arrives at 7:57. She's walking into the door at 7:55, so correct. When she's walking into the door, we don't believe in Davion Murphy.
All right. And you don't know when Davion Murphy went into the Airbnb, if he even went into the Airbnb at this time.
No, pretty much all front door usage stops after this.
All right. Showing what's in evidence is State's Exhibit 66. This is the locking entries of the door of the Airbnb. Is that correct?
Correct.
Alright. So at 7, let's start at 608. 608, the access code is deleted, correct?
That's what it says, yes, sir.
And this is June 23rd, 2024, correct?
I'm sorry. At the very top, it starts. The bottom is, so everything below where it says June 22nd, that's all June 22nd.
Alright, so that's June 22nd, 2024. That's the day that Alicia Andrews arrives to the Airbnb.
Yes, sir, correct.
Alright, and that was deleted at 6:08 p.m.
Yes, sir.
before Alicia Andrews or anyone else arrives to the Airbnb, right?
That was before anyone arrived, correct, yes.
So that's a previous access code for a previous tenant.
That's what I would assume, yes.
Then you see that the door is unlocked by access code at 7:55.
Correct.
Correct?
Yes.
And the door is unlocked by access code, but Alicia Andrews is not putting in the code, correct?
Correct.
And if it's unlocked by an access code, that means somebody's supposed to be at the door putting in the code.
Correct.
That is not captured on any video, correct?
as far as retract a little bit, I'm not sure what it would show if someone was remotely logged in, but this would imply a log by access code that somebody put in a code, correct? And there is nothing captured on camera of somebody putting in a code, correct?
All right. So either the camera did not capture the person who put in the code, meaning the camera is, or the door unlocked by itself with the access code.
So again, there's a 36-second buffer that we have to work with, and at this point there had been no activity. An hour. I am familiar that Ring cameras, in order to save battery, put themselves in sleep mode. So in theory, if you were moving fast enough, you could get in before the camera fully boots up and start recording. Because when the recording starts at 55:36, it's actually her approaching right before she knocks. So the evidence would suggest 7:55 unlocked by access code, 7:55:36. She's on camera about to hit the door, that whoever put in this access code and came in from her came in seconds prior. And the camera likely would have been booting up.
All right. So the camera did not capture the first person who went in, or maybe the first two people that went in.
Correct.
The camera itself does not show every exchange in and out of the Airbnb.
So there is a corresponding video to pretty much all of these locking mechanisms. So if there's movement at the door, whether you can beat the movement and the image it's going to capture is just the blank space after you've gotten out of the line of view, but there is a corresponding recording with all of the locking mechanisms or movement at the door.
With all of them or with most of them?
The only one that I didn't find a video for was the 759, unlocked by thumb turn, locked by thumb turn, but every other one had a corresponding video.
Well, and the 755 did not have a corresponding video.
No, it did. The 755,
The
36.
unlocked by access code?
There's two. So the one where we see her walk up and knock, that's a 755, 36. And then the one she turns around, walks away. When she walks back and actually gains in, that's at 756. So both of those motions in front of the camera have corresponding. So yes, there's two different activations.
This locking log that we see here still states Exhibit 66. You said that it was initially sent to a detective, is that correct?
Yes, I had reviewed the email. It appears to have been sent originally to Detective McGill.
All right, and you found out about this locking log after there was a deposition taken of the owner of this Airbnb, is that correct?
Correct.
After I took the deposition.
Correct.
All right. So during that deposition, there was information uncovered that there was a locking log.
That I was made aware of it, yes.
All right. And you didn't know about the locking log before that deposition?
I was made aware of that that the owner had some kind of app where he can track. I personally had not reviewed a log or known that a log was sent.
Okay. You testified yesterday that Sean Gathright was at Teaser's nightclub at around 10 or 10:30?
The specific testimony was that Sean Gathwright's device traveled up and down Nebraska in the vicinity of Teaser's nightclub between 10 and 10:30 p.m. on Saturday the 22nd. Yes, sir.
And Davion Murphy's device was also in the same area?
I can't recall at this time about Davion's.
All right. So,
I believe so, yes. Davion's device, yes.
all right. And Rashad Murphy didn't have a phone.
The best that we can see from the evidence, that we don't believe that Mr. Rashad Murphy had his own device attributed to him during this incident.
All right. And then Isaiah Chance was also in this vicinity around Teasers at 10:30.
Yes.
So we know the whereabouts of Isaiah Chance, Sean Gathright, and at least Davion Murphy at around 10:30. Is that correct?
That's what the evidence would suggest, yes.
All right. And the only reason we don't know where Rashad Murphy is at around 10:30 is because he doesn't have a phone throughout the track.
Correct.
Alicia Andrews, however, is at the Airbnb at 10:30. Is that correct?
So her device is at the Airbnb,
Her
yes.
device. And her device is at the Airbnb. She also uses that device at the Airbnb, correct?
We believe so.
Right. That's the photograph you showed yesterday of Alicia Andrews posting on Instagram a Pandora bracelet.
Yes.
And that was around the time of 10:30, 11 o'clock at night.
Yes, sir.
All right. So certainly the purpose of that was to show that Alicia Andrews was actually using her device at around that time, correct?
We believe that Alicia Andrews had control of her device at that time, yes.
All right. And so while the four boys are off at Teasers at 10:30, Alicia Andrews is at the Airbnb.
I would agree to that, yes.
So they left Alicia Andrews and went to go look or stalk Charles Jones. Is that correct?
I can't testify that what they were doing specifically other than the whereabouts of their devices, and I do know that Mr. Jones was not at Teasers at 10:30.
He wasn't. But the flyer that we looked at earlier, it has a time frame for when this party is supposed to happen at Teasers, correct?
Correct.
And the party started, was it 8 or 10 p.m.?
The hours listed on the flyer, I believe, were from 8 p.m. to 3 a.m.
8 p.m. to 3 a.m. The four boys are at Teasers or around that area. At least their devices show that they're around that area. All three of them, except for Rashad, at around the same time that this party is supposed to be happening.
Yes.
And they stay in that vicinity for some time.
Approximately 30 minutes.
All right, we'll come back to that. Can we get States Exhibit 76, B5 through B7? While they're gathering the exhibit. At some point during Gathright begins to text an individual, correct?
Yes, sir.
He begins to text an individual named Kyla.
Kyla Enright, yes, sir.
All right. And at that time, that individual is in Orlando.
I believe that's what the message said, yes, sir.
Kyla Enright, does not know Alicia Andrews. Is that correct?
I have no evidence of Enright knowing Miss Andrews, no.
All right. Kyla Enright is actually, at the time, in a relationship of some sort with Sean Gathright.
That was my understanding. I don't know specifically the details of their relationship.
All right, so Sean Gathright texts Kyla Enright something to the effect of, hey, can you find out where Fat Boy is at? Because Fat Boy is with Charles Jones. Is that correct?
Yes, specifically, I need you to text Fat Boy. He's with Six. We believe that he was trying to solicit the address to the Airbnb where Mr. Jones was at, yes.
Okay. And Kyla Enright, from the text messages, Sean Gathright is trying to use her to figure out where Charles Jones is at that night.
Yes.
He's not using Alicia Andrews at that time period. Correct?
Is Sean
Sean
Gathright
Gathright is
texting
not
Alicia
texting
Andrews at
Alicia
that specific time? No. Sorry. I apologize.
Sean Gathright is not texting Alicia Andrews to figure out where Charles Jones is at, correct?
No.
Sean Gathright is not having Alicia Andrews go to the Airbnb where Charles Jones is at, correct?
Sean Gathright having Alicia Andrews go to, no. Yeah, that's correct.
All right. And Sean Gathright or Isaiah Chance or anyone is not sending Alicia Andrews to any of the nightclubs by herself to go party with Charles Jones. Is that correct?
At the time that Sean Gathright is doing this, he's at the Airbnb with Alicia Andrews.
At the time that Sean Gathright is texting Kyla Enright to figure out where Charles Jones is at, Sean Gathwright's device is in the same location as where Alicia Andrews is at.
Correct.
All right. And he's not talking to Alicia Andrews to tell her to do what he's asking Kyla Enright to do. Correct?
There's no communication found on the phone between Sean Gathright and Alicia Andrews at the time that Sean Gathright is texting Kayla Enright.
All right. So this is the text.
Yes.
12:30
Yes.
a.m. This is after Sean Gathright and crew get back to the Airbnb from hanging out around Tuesdays, correct?
Correct.
All right. So he gets back. They get back. Sean Gathright sends this text to Kyla Enright. I need y'all to text Fat Boy. Correct?
Yes.
All right. And when he says y'all, is that an indication that there's one person or two people that he speaks?
I assume he's talking to Kyla.
All right. And then Kyla's device texts back and says about what? Is that correct?
Yes.
So Kyla's not privy to any sort of plan or plot that Sean Gathright has at this point.
It doesn't appear to be.
Sean Gathright sends another text to, well, at least his device sends another text to Kyla Enright's device, correct? And it says, hey sis, I need you to text Fat Boy and tell him you're trying to pull up and trying to see him tonight. You see that text message?
Yes, sir, I do.
And this text message, it says, hey sis, correct?
Yes, that's what it says.
Kyla Enright is with Sean Gathwright's sister, blood sister at this time, correct?
I can't recall if she told me that or not, but I don't know of that.
All right. And the device texts back and says, he know I'm gone. I've been FT him while I'm out. You said you don't know what FT means, right?
I think it means FaceTime. I didn't know at the time that I was asked.
Okay. So, he know I'm gone. I've been FaceTiming him while I'm out. Right? Whoever is talking to Sean Gathright on Kyla's device says that she's been FaceTiming of someone named Fatboy. Correct?
That's what this would suggest.
All right. And then Sean Gathright says he in Tampa right now. RN is right now, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Sean Gathright then texts and says, but make it seem like you don't know he there. Is that correct?
Correct.
This is at 12:36 a.m.
Correct.
All right. And so Sean Gathright is telling whoever is texting him from Kyla's device to be deceptive about her reasons for contacting Fatboy.
It would appear so.
And at a B&B with 6. 6 stands for 6 block.
My understanding in this reference or in this context, it's specifically referring to Mr. Jones.
All right. So the he is referring to. No.
The 6 is
The 6
referring.
is referring to
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Jones. And the he is referring to Fatboy.
Correct.
So he's Fatboy at B&B with 6. And of course, the B&B is for the Airbnb that Charles Jones was at prior to going to any clubs that night.
Yeah, the Airbnb where the pool party was at. Yes, yes, sir.
And that was a public pool party, correct?
My understanding is that that address was not publicly broadcast. That you would have had to DM Mr. Jones. He did put out a message saying for the females, if they privately DM him, he would disclose the address, but it wasn't publicly broadcast.
Understood. So if you had the address, you were pretty much able to come to the pool party.
If Mr. Jones personally invited you through the DM process, yes.
All right. So Sean is saying to this individual, he at a big meal 6, be like, where you at? I want to pull up. I'm drunk, and you trying to fuck.
Yes.
All right. From that message, is there any indication that Sean Gathright believes that you need a special invitation from Charles Jones to get to this pool party?
That's just speculation. If you know the answer.
I'm sorry, repeat that question.
Yeah. I'll just move on.
Yep.
And before I move on, this individual that he's telling to do this, to pretend like they're drunk and that they want to have sex with Fatboy, that is either Kyla Enright, his girlfriend, or his sister. Is that correct?
The belief was that it was Kyla Enright, but phone number. I interviewed Kyla Enright, and she told me she doesn't remember whether she sent these messages or not.
Okay.
Skip some of this,
Sean
yeah.
Gathright says, never mind. That's at 12:39 a.m. Correct.
Correct.
Person with the device, Kyla Enright's device, says we at Tier, the club. And then
Is about Sean Gathright, right?
Correct.
When you first are questioning her about who's at the Airbnb, does she first say,
A way of trying to extract DNA off of casings, which is typically difficult because the casing goes through a combustion process. It usually burns DNA off.
you said that the casings go through a process where the DNA is burned off.
That's what's typically happens. It is harder to get DNA off of an expended shell casing that's gone through the combustion process in a firearm.
Detective Ramos, you were asked about whether or not Alicia Andrews knew Rashad Murphy. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
She certainly was in a Uber with Rashad Murphy for 3.5 hours. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And during that time period where you were interviewing her and you were asking for names, did she ever mention another person that was in a Uber with her and Isaiah Chance?
In the Uber with Isaiah, no, she did not.
Did she ever mention in your interview with her a name of Rashad?
No.
Rashad Murphy, just a first name Rashad?
There was a question about, yes, she did say, I didn't talk to Rashad's girlfriend, and then my response to that was, how do you know who Rashad's girlfriend is if you don't know Rashad?
But that was after you had brought it up, correct?
Correct, yes.
And when we talk about those truthful things that you said that the defense attorney went over with you, when she is admitting to being at that location, is she admitting that after you show her a video of herself at the location?
Yes.
So, for instance, she's not admitting she's at this Airbnb until you pull up her photograph on a Ring camera. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And when you first asked her about whether or not she sent a message to book an Airbnb in Tampa, what was her first response?
No.
She said no, right?
She said no.
Was she being truthful to you in that moment?
No, she was not.
And when is it that she admits that, yes, I did that?
We were telling her that we had the messages.
And so when you were questioning her in that interview, did she ever indicate to you that she was fearful of her boyfriend?
Never.
Was she ever scared or upset or emotional when you were interviewing her in that interview?
No, ma'am.
At some point, did she just say she's annoyed?
She appeared annoyed, yes.
Did you make it clear to her that you're questioning her on a first-degree murder charge?
Very clear.
Did you make it clear to her in that interview that there was evidence to convict her of a first-degree murder charge?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Did she seem afraid?
She did not.
Did she cry?
No.
You were also asked about Davian Murphy, whether or not she knows Davian Murphy, correct?
Correct.
She certainly was in a car with him when she went to McDonald's, correct?
Correct.
She stayed at an Airbnb with him?
Correct.
She stayed at an Airbnb with Rashad Murphy?
Correct.
She was asked numerous questions about Sean Gathright, right?
Correct.
When you first are questioning her about who's at the Airbnb, does she first say it's just her and her boyfriend?
Correct.
When does she start talking about little?
Further into the questioning, we're bringing up information that we had that we knew somebody else was there.
In fact, during that interview with the defendant, does she ever mention the word Sean?
No.
First name? The whole name, Sean Gathright, ever come up?
No.
This is the same person that she is in a car ride from Jacksonville to Tampa in his car, correct?
Correct.
The video that they just showed you of SeanGathright's house, when she goes from the BMW into the black Chevy Impala, is there anywhere in that video where somebody is showing her where she needs to go?
No.
So at some point there has to be some communication that that is the car that she's using, correct?
She begins to open the door as soon as the car starts coming into line of sight.
You said that there was indication that Alicia Andrews, the defendant in this case, was aware of gang activity. Is that correct?
Correct.
And that is not until you got a look into her Apple iCloud account. Is that correct?
Correct.
Were you questioning her specifically about a gang rivalry, a gang war that occurred in Jacksonville?
Yes.
Did that come up in the interview.
It did.
And when you talked about Charles Jones and used his nickname Julio, did she indicate to you whether or not she had a lot of knowledge about him?
She led me to believe that she didn't really know of him.
And then going back to Gutta, is that the name, the stage name of Isaiah Chance?
It is.
And when you're talking to her about Gutta, at some point, does she appear to have some kind of confusion and question you? Why are you calling him that?
Correct.
And again, that is a name that associates her boyfriend with this gang war. Is this correct?
Correct.
And when we're talking about the most phone activity, that is certainly her phone. Is that correct?
Yes.
And of course, she is a high-profile member of either gang. Is that correct? Is she a high-profile member?
Not that I know of.
Is Sean Gathright a high-profile member?
Not that I know of.
As far as Rashad Murphy and Isaiah Chance and Davian Murphy, are they purposely limiting their phone use during the time when the actual stalking and hunting of Charles Jones is occurring?
That is what the evidence suggests, yes.
You were asked questions about Kayla Enright, Sean Gathwright's girlfriend. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Shown these text messages.
Yes, ma'am.
So Sean Gathright was using his girlfriend to assist him in tracking Foolio, Charles Jones, the night of the murder. Is that correct?
That's yes.
And while there might have been some confusion as to why he wanted to do that, when he said he was looking for Six, did she ask any sort of questions about who Six was?
No.
So she knew exactly who Six was, right?
Yes.
So she knew that he was looking for Julio, Charles Jones, and Tampa. There isn't one response. Who's Six? It's known who Six is, correct?
It is known who Six is, correct.
You were shown the video footage of all those heavy bags that Isaiah Chance and her boyfriend Isaiah Chance and Sean Gathright are loading up before she gets there. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Judge Albright.
The jury can determine whether or not the bag's heavy or not.
How many bags were seen being loaded into that car?
Numerous.
Bags big enough to contain AR rifles?
There was bags of all sorts of dimensions. Sure, there was some in view that were apparent that they could contain rifles, yes.
And you were shown a video of the Airbnb, is that correct?
Correct.
Video of bags being brought through the front door of that Airbnb.
Brought in? No.
There is some video the next day, is that correct?
Yes.
Is the defendant seen helping load the bags up?
Yes.
Bags that she did not herself bring, is that correct?
Correct.
You were asked whether or not Alicia Andrews was hiding from the cameras from that front door Airbnb.
Correct.
Was Isaiah Chance hiding from that camera?
There was none of the other defendants up to the point they leave.
That airlock that you're asked about, this one. So when Alicia Andrews first gets, the door is unlocked by access code and then it is immediate locked, correct?
Correct.
There's video footage of that. She's knocking on the door. So whoever went in, the door shuts, she can't get in, right?
Locks her out almost immediately, yes.
7:56. Again, you can see there is a video for that where the door appears to be open and somebody lets her in.
Correct.
Door unlocked. 7:59, unlocked and locked. No video footage, is that correct?
That's the only one out of all the sequences that there was no corresponding
And so if
footage.
somebody had just gotten in and wanted to test the lock just to make sure it was locked and didn't open the door, certainly there wouldn't be video footage in that instance. Is that correct? Is that correct, sir? There is no video footage or no lock log. That Airbnb with Davy Murphy and her boyfriend boyfriend Isaiah Chance to go to the McDonald's, right?
There's no locking sequence when they went to McDonald's, correct?
Explain to this jury how it is she would have to leave that Airbnb and get back into that Airbnb.
So obviously we have two systems here. We have the ring camera and the locking mechanism. Surely one of those would show a record of an entry or exit. There is no activation on the cameras or on the locking sequence. So the only possible way to get out of the Airbnb when you're going to McDonald's or when you're going to go to Teasers to start the stalking Foolio, you have to go through the back door. There's no other option.
It's dark out.
It's dark.
Okay. No sidewalk to that back gate, is that correct?
That back part, no.
Got to go through that grassy lane in the back of the Airbnb.
Crouch underneath some branches, yes.
Same route she would have had to take when they went into the Silver Chevy Cruise to start following Charles Jones.
Correct.
Same route she would have had to take after Charles Jones was murdered and killed.
Correct.
You were asked about Aaliyah Albritton and Robert Howard, is that correct?
Correct.
Did you do some initial investigation into both of those subjects?
Yes, I did.
What did you do?
I called up the detail records for them and looked for any evidence that there was any communication with any of the defendants. They were investigated and they were cleared.
And when we're talking any of the defendants, we're talking about the three known shooters in this case, Sean Cathright, Rashad Murphy, and Damian Murphy, is that correct?
Correct.
Any communication with the two people that were tracking them in the first vehicle, Alicia Andrews and Isaiah Chance?
No.
No communication between any of those parties and Aaliyah Albritton, is that correct?
Correct.
No communication with any of those parties and Robert Howard, is that correct?
Correct.
You were asked about probable cause or why Jasmine Glennon was not arrested, is that correct?
Correct.
Did Jasmine Glennon travel to Tampa with one of the gunmen and the other person who was actively stalking the victim in this case?
No, she did not.
Did she stay in an Airbnb with all four of the other co-defendants in this case?
No, she did not.
Did she actually get out of the vehicle at every single location where Charles Jones went to in Tampa that was advertised?
No, she did not.
Did she get out of her car and look at the front door and never go into the club?
No, she did not.
Did she actually provide the phone that her boyfriend could use to communicate with the people in the assault vehicle?
No, she did not.
Did she actually get a pass phone locked up in that parking lot at Teasers?
No.
Was she in listening distance of when that person was communicating with the assault team in the black Chevy Impala?
No.
Let's ask those same questions about Charmaine Steiger. Did Charmaine Steiger come to Tampa when Charles Jones was killed in this particular case?
No, she did not.
Did Charmaine Steiger ride in a vehicle 3 hours before with Isaiah Chance and Sean Gathright, one of the gunmen in this case?
No, she did not.
Did she stay at the Airbnb with all four of the other people charged with first-degree murder?
No, she did not.
Did she go into a vehicle and track the victim to all three locations that he was publicly known to be?
No.
Did she provide a phone so that the main person who was tracking the victim could communicate with the assault team in the other vehicle?
No, she did not.
And so going back to this most phone usage, Alicia Andrews is not a high-profile member of this gang, is that correct?
From the information that I have, she is not well known in the gangs, correct?
So there would be no reason for her to not let somebody use her phone in this instance.
Correct.
Her boyfriend, Isaiah Chance, was immediately a suspect, is that correct?
Yes.
One of the first persons you looked for, is that correct?
Correct.
Was there evidence, the same amount of evidence on his phone that there was on Alicia Andrews' phone?
No.
When you are getting a search warrant and developing probable cause to look for firearms, for murder weapons, for projectiles, you talked about probable cause, is that correct?
Correct.
Part of the basis of probable cause means that the items that you are looking for, that you have a reasonable belief that they will be at the location, is that correct?
Yes.
Did you know where those heavy bags were unloaded?
Yes.
Did you get a search warrant to search the Chevy Impala?
Yes.
Did you have the Toyota 4Runner stopped in Jacksonville?
Yes.
And after obtaining those results, were search warrants eventually executed on Sean Gathright's house and Isaiah Chance?
Correct.
Did you ever do a search warrant for Damian Murphy?
No.
Did you ever do a search warrant for the house of Rashad Murphy?
No.
Had there been guns that we were believed to be used in this case already confiscated at the co-defendant Sean Gathright's house?
Yes.
The appearance of the rifles that were the automatic platform rifles that were found in Sean Gathright's safe, do they match the description of what was seen in those videos?
Yes.
Has the semi-automatic Glock with the switch, has that ever been located?
No.
Any reason to believe that Alicia Andrews handled any of the firearms in this case?
I have no evidence of that.
What was her role in this investigation?
She was a part of the surveillance team that stalked the victim leading up to his murder. She provided the communications, obviously the primary phone that was used from the to communicate from the surveillance vehicle to the gunman's vehicle, in addition to other things.
You were asked about immediate messages between the defendant and her boyfriend, Isaiah Chance, is that correct?
Correct.
You are aware that Isaiah Chance had a other number other than the one that he was using during this time period, the 7407, the one ending in that number, is that correct?
Yes.
I'm going to show you, it's already been introduced into evidence, States Exhibit 75C10. Sir, do you recognize this number at the top, 904-575-7534?
Yes, that's another number for the co-defendant Isaiah Chance.
One that he had in the past, is that correct? And you see that these are a conversation from Alicia Andrews' iCloud account that happened in April of 2023, is that correct?
Correct.
Almost a year before this incident.
Correct.
And so, can you go through these and say, this is a conversation with her and her boyfriend, Isaiah Chance, is that correct?
Correct.
And she is asking what?
In this
Well,
specific,
he's asking what?
you want to go one day?
And then she says,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's in the town center.
Okay, and there's some kind of TikTok that's associated with it.
Correct.
And then her response is,
LMAO, bruh.
and then what is Isaiah Chance's response to her?
Ugh, I hate it there.
Okay. And then what is her response?
Why?
His next response?
I don't like the town center.
And then what is her response?
You hate everywhere we don't gotta sit in.
Then what does Isaiah Chance message her back?
23 got killed in the town center. That's why I don't like it out there.
And then what else does he say?
I don't like thinking BT it FR, so when I do switch moves like a MF.
And what is her response to that?
Well, we don't have to go there if it's gonna bother you. I forgot BT it about it. It's some other places we both ain't tried yet.
So does that indicate to you that she knows exactly what he's talking about when 23 got killed at the town center. She just forgot the location. Is that correct?
Correct.
And again, is 23, he's one of the people that was shot at the town center along with Young and Ace's brother, and when Young and Ace himself was shot. Well, very well known, is that correct?
Yes.
And that is a very high profile event that happens in this gang war.
Yes.
So there is a discussion between her and one of the main co-defendants in this case within a year of the homicide of Charles Jones, is that correct?
Correct.
You were asked about the Instagram that Charles Jones was putting out there, Airbnb, right?
Correct.
Okay, same ruling.
When Charles Jones was putting out videos of him at the Airbnb, did he ever post the address of the Airbnb?
No.
Gamble. Go in the
You were asked about Young and Ace's video, is that correct?
Correct.
Was this a highly publicized murder that occurred in Tampa?
Yes.
Was there details that were put into the media when Julio Foolio was killed here on June 23rd of 2024?
Almost immediately.
Go downstairs.
And while you said when you looked at Alicia Andrews' messages, her text messages, the ones that are not backed up covered the time period of the murder, is that correct?
Correct.
That not being backed up is one of the reasons why that may not be on there, is that correct?
Correct.
What's the other reason why specifically the text messages surrounding the time period of the homicide may not be backed up to her iCloud account?
They could be permanently deleted.
And it's that specific time period, right?
Correct.
There are thousands of other messages that are backed up on her phone, right?
Yes.
But out of fairness, the reason why that time period may not be on there is a potential backup issue, correct?
Potentially, yes.
But there's another possible reason, correct?
Correct.
And that is they were deleted.
That is a possibility, yes.
You are aware of the messaging that occurred afterwards where she's very happy that you have her new phone, right?
Yes.
She's LMA, laughing out loud, right?
Correct.
That you have her old phone. I'm sorry, her new phone, not her old phone.
The messages indicated that she was laughing that the phone that we seized was not the phone used during the murder, that it was her new phone.
So while you specifically do not have the text messages surrounding the time period of the murder, you do have, and I'm going to show you 75C1, you do have a text now message that is on a text now app that occurred afterwards, right?
Correct.
And this is between her and Isaiah Chance, and I'm showing you 75C1. And this is me, this is her, correct?
This specific message is dated 6/17/24.
Right, to Isaiah Chance.
Correct, yes. This is from her to Isaiah Chance.
And what is she saying to him?
Bitch, you a sicko. Why you blocking me over a call I didn't even initiate? Trying to act like you mad and I make people comfortable. I didn't do shit to make nobody feel comfortable. It was out of the fucking blue. Why the fuck are you acting like it's my fault? You just wanted to have a reason to talk to them ugly bitches. You talk to everybody you come across and touch. You fuck them up. You're not even mentally there and stable in the head for no relationship. Even when I didn't do shit to your ass and start conversation, you still fucking mad. The fuck?
Okay, and then what is her next message to him on June 17th of 2024?
And you acting like I'm not pregnant. You gonna talk to me one day, so I don't give a fuck about your little attitude. Bye, bitch.
Does she appear to be afraid of Isaiah Chance on June 17th of 2024?
No. And not by the context of this message, no.
Let me have one moment.
Yes.
Your Honor, I have nothing else.
Okay, thank you. It is with excuse subject to recall.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you very much. Detective, your excuse subject to being recalled. Okay, so we're gonna take a little quicker lunch for you guys today, so we'll be back at 1:30. Our
95C. 2. Is this the flyer from the party at Teasers?
Yes, sir.
The hand signs that Charles Jones is using, are those 6 block hand signs?
No, sir.
What hand signs are those?
I don't even know. He's posing.
Did he pose like that often?
Yes, sir.
With those same hand signs?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Does that mean 2100 or 21st?
No, sir.
Does it mean 1200?
It could be said.
Okay. Would Charles Jones, coming from 6 Block, would he ever be throwing up these hand signs for 1200 and 21st?
No, sir.
Alright. So that 1200 or 21st.
No, sir.
1200 and 21st, those are east side. That's the east side of Jacksonville.
Yes, sir.
And Charles Jones is not from the east side.
No, sir.
If you see an individual with those hand signs that you saw Mr. Jones with just now,
Yes, sir.
does that mean that they're gang affiliated?
No, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Howard, do you have a nickname?
Yes, ma'am.
What is that?
Kenny Cows. Yes, ma'am.
Kenny? Why?
South Park.
Is it related to your stature? Someone from South Park, a small individual or smaller in stature individual?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And have you been known by that name before you were incarcerated?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you said you were accused of the murder of Spaz or Joe Rod Adams in 2018. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
But the fact is, you were convicted of that homicide, correct? That's the manslaughter conviction.
Yes, ma'am.
Was there anyone else with Spaz at Rains High School when Spaz was shot?
Yes, ma'am.
Who was that?
With Roy.
Willie Royal.
Yes, ma'am.
And Willie Royal is Will Go Crazy on Instagram and known to people. That's his tag.
Yes, ma'am.
Will Go Crazy.
Yes, ma'am.
And Willie Royal survived that shooting, isn't that right? You were asked several times about your communications with Isaiah Chance and Rashad Murphy. You said that they were friendly.
Yes, ma'am.
So you are testifying that you would be friendly with them on the outside, so not on the telephone. You would go out with them to a club and that be posted everywhere?
No, ma'am.
When you say friendly, why don't you explain to me what you actually mean by that?
Just conversation. We're not yelling. We're not arguing. We're just talking.
What's the goal of you having a long, hours-long conversation with Isaiah Chance?
Trying to say how to word it. See what you know. See the learn his thoughts.
Your intent on talking to Isaiah Chance or anybody that is an op or from the opposite side of your group, whatever group you want to call it, gang, not gang, whatever you want to call it, your goal is to catch them slipping, to catch them doing something wrong.
Yes, ma'am.
You want to know more information about your ops than they know about you.
Yes, ma'am.
Is Isaiah Chance calling you from different numbers all the time a part of what you would employ yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
Why would you call from your own number every single time you talk to him? Would that be smart?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So one time you believe that your girlfriend checked the number or a number you spoke to and it said Alicia on the phone.
Yes, ma'am.
So I assume you got in trouble with your girlfriend for that.
Yeah, my ex. Yes, ma'am.
And you've seen Alicia Andrews around. I want you to tell me what the context was that you actually saw her around before you went to prison.
Yes, ma'am.
How? Was she dating someone that you knew at the time?
I didn't have any knowledge of that. But
Is the person in States 90B the person that you identify as Alicia Andrews?
yes, ma'am.
Did you know her by another name around town?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Did you know even her legal name when this event actually happened, before it started being reported to the news?
No, ma'am.
You said you had talked to somebody named Rashad Murphy. That's the individual depicted in 37A, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Had you seen him on social media as well?
Like up there, not. Yeah, I didn't see his Instagram, but not him posting himself.
Okay. Well, his Instagram account name was Ghost187, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Was it rare to get a glimpse of Rashad Murphy's actual whole face?
Yes, ma'am.
When you talked to Rashad Murphy on the phone, like you've testified, and FaceTime with Rashad Murphy, did he show you his face and his surroundings and the people that he was hanging out with on a FaceTime?
No, ma'am.
So what could you see?
Like the ceiling.
He wouldn't show you his face?
No, ma'am.
Did you ever actually see his face to be able to confirm that that was Rashad Murphy, that was the person talking to you on the phone?
One time.
So you did see his face at least once.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that what you're talking about? People slipping, you catch them in a weak moment?
Yes, ma'am.
The longer you talk on the phone with Rashad Murphy or Isaiah Chance, does that increase or up your chances of getting some information about that?
Yes, ma'am.
Honestly speaking, the fact that your girlfriend reverse searched and found out that it was Alicia Andrews' phone number that called you once, from all of the calls that you got from random numbers from Isaiah Chance got caught.
Yes, ma'am.
You didn't know what Alicia Andrews' phone number was before that.
No, ma'am.
That is a part of the lifestyle, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So currently, right now, you're incarcerated.
Yes, ma'am.
You're here presented in orange, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you certainly have at least some knowledge of the Jacksonville gang scene.
Yes, ma'am.
Will you ever testify that 6 Block is a gang?
No, ma'am.
You understand the statute. What's required, what law enforcement says defines a gang.
No, ma'am.
Do you think it's against your interest for some reason to admit that 6 Block is a gang?
Can you like rephrase it in a different way?
You certainly know that you admitting that 6 Block is a gang and you're associated to them is one of the elements of the gang statute. You're never going to admit that you're a member of 6 Block.
No, ma'am.
You're never going to admit that anybody is a member of any gang.
No, ma'am.
You're never going to call any of these groups a gang.
No, ma'am.
Okay. You were asked specifically about whether you had prior conversations or interactions with a Davion Murphy. Is that what we're seeing in 38A?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand him to also be a co-defendant in this case.
Yes, ma'am.
And what was the interaction that you had with Davion Murphy?
We had words in Duval County.
Okay, what were the words?
He told me that Gerard Allen was his cousin. And I was like, so? And he was like, you gonna get up with me? And I was like, okay.
Did you think that that was a polite reference that he was going to get up with you?
No, ma'am.
Did you know this man?
No, ma'am.
At the time that he told you Gerard Adams was his cousin and he was going to get up with you, what were you incarcerated for?
I was accused of the murder of his relative.
His relative being Joe Rod Adams.
Yes, ma'am.
35A, is this the person that you talked to on the phone, identified as Isaiah Chance?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to show you what's been previously marked for identification as 75 from an extraction from this defendant's cellular device. Can you identify any of the individuals depicted in 75B7?
Yes, ma'am.
Who's the individual on the left of this image?
Gerard.
That's the individual that you were convicted of killing.
Yes, ma'am.
And the individual that Davion Murphy was referencing when he said he was going to get up with you.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you identify the individual on the right?
Corbin.
Corbin?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that Corbin Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that the individual that we've been hearing about went missing in some way or was kidnapped in some way?
Yes, ma'am.
You are familiar with Foolio's social media activity.
Yes, ma'am.
And when you say you're from, where did you say you're from?
45th.
45th. Do you claim any kind of neighborhood openly, like in public, other than 45th or 6th block?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that Ave B?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that? Can you tell the jury what that is?
45th. On 45th. It's
So
a part of 45th.
I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off. It's a part of 45th?
Yes, ma'am.
Same area.
Yes, ma'am.
Before you went to prison, was it typically people from separate areas would be affiliated with separate groups?
Yes, ma'am.
And how old were you when you got arrested for Gerard Adams' homicide?
16.
16.
Yes, ma'am.
What was the total sentence that you ended up serving?
4 years, 10 months, 4 years, 11 months, one of them.
When you were released from custody for that case, is that when Rashad Murphy made contact? What was the nature of that contact? Because you indicated it was friendly.
Just basically trying to see who was the gunman of his family members related.
You wanted to see who the gunman was? Is that what you said?
Yes, ma'am.
Was there some question about whether you were the person who actually pulled the trigger that killed Spaz, aka Joe Rod Adams?
Yes, ma'am.
You have indicated that you understand or have at least seen some of the back and forth with these drill rap videos. Why is Kenny Caps never disrespected in those videos?
I respect it.
Why?
Because I believe, I'm a stand-up guy, and I didn't give up. I didn't give up my friend. But I didn't say any names when I got arrested for the manslaughter of the Detroyed Adams.
Okay, so let me make sure that I understand this correctly.
Yes, ma'am.
At the homicide of Joe Rod Adams, there were other individuals present,
Yes, ma'am.
and you didn't give up any names.
Correct.
Was Bibby present at the homicide of Joe Rod Adams?
Yes, ma'am.
And what's Bibby's real name?
Adrian.
Adrian
Yes, ma'am.
Gaynor?
Yes, ma'am.
And did Adrian survive much longer after Joe Rod Adams died? When you went to jail for that, was it pretty quickly after Spaz was killed at the high school?
Yes, ma'am.
And did Bibby pass away while you were incarcerated for that murder?
Yes, ma'am.
During your entire time incarcerated, did you ever give a statement about Bibby or anyone else associated with that murder?
No, ma'am.
So when you tell us that you're highly respected, it's because you didn't tell on anyone.
Yes, ma'am.
When you say that, or when I'm asking you about whether your name is in any of these music videos, why aren't ATK members or even other people that might not like you dissing you?
For those reasons, a lot of respect in Jacksonville.
Are you talking on anybody else's deceased family members?
No, ma'am.
When you went to prison, what year did you actually go?
2022.
When you were arrested, was that still in 2018?
Yes, ma'am.
At the time that you were arrested in 2018, was it common to commit a crime for your friends or members of your ops and then admit to all of the details of the crime in a music video? When you came out of prison, was that something that you frequently saw?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you engage in that, or did you start to engage in that?
I never engaged in it.
So is that why Rashad Murphy is then contacting you and asking what happened with his cousin? You were already convicted and had done a prison sentence. I don't understand why he's contacting you after. You said you did it.
Yes, ma'am.
Why? Why is he contacting you?
Because there's a lot of rumors that I didn't have anything to do with it.
But you didn't snitch.
But I didn't snitch. Yes, ma'am.
Was Rashad Murphy, Rashad Murphy asked you to tell him who actually did pull the trigger?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you see or were you familiar with any drill raps from 6 Block members naming Joe Rod Adams or Spaz and dissing him?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that brought up by Rashad Murphy?
Yes, ma'am.
Rashad Murphy and Davion Murphy were contacting you because they wanted to find out who killed their cousin.
Not Davion.
So he only talked to you that one time in the jail,
Yes, ma'am.
and Rashad would contact you.
Yes, ma'am.
You said the communications were friendly, so he never threatened you.
No, ma'am.
He didn't threaten your family.
It was rumors he threatened my family. Yes, ma'am.
How long before Charles Jones was murdered in Tampa did he do that?
That year, I was in that span of that year. Before I got incarcerated.
Asked about a hand sign that Charles Jones was doing in States 95 C2. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Who is 21st Street affiliated with?
Addis.
Okay, so 1200.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me ask you this way, because you don't want to say it's a gang. If 1200 and 21st Street were in the same room, would anybody be pulling out firearms or fighting?
Yes, ma'am.
With each other?
Oh, no. I can't really. I don't know.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
How about this? Those two are affiliated, or at least aligned enough that a common enemy of both is 6 Block, or their members.
I'll say 21st. I'll say 1200.
6.
Who does 21st have problems with?
26.
1200.
You think?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know?
No, ma'am.
Can you even tell me whether Charles Jones is putting this sign up to be disrespectful, or whether he's claiming 21st?
Yeah, he's not. He's just throwing up a sign. He's not being disrespectful.
Realistically, you all, you at least personally have knowledge that there are members of 6 Block, there are members of 1200, there are members of ATK that throw the rival gang's signs and post it on social media.
Yes, ma'am.
That's true. It's a fact, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That happens.
Yes, ma'am.
Extraction of the defendant in this case was been admitted as 76B5. Are you familiar with Charles Jones or Julio's social media posts?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember a social media post? I'll show it to you a little bit clearer. 95C3 that Charles Jones made about the attempted murder on his life, dated February 8th of 2024.
Yes, ma'am.
And was this a reel, meaning it was like a video that was posted to social media?
Yes, ma'am.
And is he referring to the attempted murder that happened on his life on October 7th of 2023, where he was shot in the foot?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you recall any other time where he was shot in the foot? From that same post, Charles Jones is making this hand gesture. Is this what you were referring to when you said that 6 Block may throw a 6?
Yes, ma'am.
You are from Ave B. Does that mean you wouldn't throw a 6 with your hands?
Yes, ma'am.
You would not ever throw a 6. Okay. It is 6 block. 6 block is an area. I understand the concept that 6 block may be a neighborhood, but it is also a moniker that Charles Jones uses when he posts rap videos. Is that correct?
Correct.
And it is a moniker that other individuals that may not say I'm 6 block or be from 6 block, like yourself, be, will also throw on for social media, music videos, etc. Isn't that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you ever be in positions, particularly after your conversations with Rashad Murphy and Isaiah Chance, where you would hang out in public or go out with people in public that are throwing signs from the opposite groups?
No, ma'am.
Did you have any indication from Isaiah Chance that the night that you came down, or the next night, or the weekend, you were in danger?
Yes, ma'am.
Isaiah Chance, is he an individual who you know from childhood that you grew up with?
No, ma'am.
Have you seen the videos or photos from his arrest?
Yes, ma'am.
You remember that video? It looks really cool. The background, the houses.
Yes,
There's like a big truck there. You remember that?
Yes, ma'am.
You saw that video of him being arrested.
Yes,
It
ma'am.
was raining.
Yes, ma'am.
We're on the same page. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you grow up in a golf course gorgeous community like that?
No, ma'am.
Do you know him or Sean Gathright?
No, ma'am.
You didn't grow up for years and years and years, like with them.
No, ma'am.
Is 6 block a beautiful stretch of area that looks just like those gated communities in that golf course?
No, ma'am.
Is Ave B beautiful and gorgeous like that?
No, ma'am.
Melvin Park?
No, ma'am.
So Isaiah Chance comes onto the scene and you know him from social media?
Yes, ma'am.
You had not seen him before that.
No.
Was he a big rap name before that?
No, ma'am.
Is it unusual, at least from the time that you have grown up in Jacksonville, for people to switch sides completely? So that would mean somebody from, for example, 6 blocks switching completely to ATK.
No, ma'am.
Does that happen?
No, ma'am.
How about between groups, right? There's nothing that says there's no problems that happen between the 2 groups, 3 groups, right? You could have members of ATK that fight with each other.
Yes, ma'am.
Can't you?
No, ma'am.
No one from ATK can fight with each other. I don't mean get into a shootout. I mean have a disagreement.
Yeah, friends have disagreement. People have disagreements. Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And they switch to other subsets. They may not stay with one group.
That's not really common, but it'll happen.
That's not common,
No, ma'am.
but it does happen.
Yes, ma'am.
Then how is Isaiah Chance, NHG, ATK, and now 1200 within 24 months?
It's not really from anywhere. It's not really from a neighborhood.
Yeah, so you don't actually see him before you go to prison, or as y'all are growing up, maybe playing football together or something,
No, ma'am.
with other 1200 members,
No, ma'am.
with other NHG members, other ATK people.
No, ma'am.
Everybody else have known each other since children.
Yes, ma'am.
Are Isaiah Chance and Sean Gathright some of the only local people that you are aware of that live in the nice side of town?
Yes, ma'am.
You don't have, Charles Jones didn't grow up in a big mansion.
No, ma'am.
Fair to say he's probably one of the more successful of your group.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But no one grew up in those areas.
No, ma'am.
Can you explain how it's possible for Isaiah Chance to be switching from group to group to group like this? Why would one group even accept him if he left one subset to go to the next?
To use them.
Well, did you actually see on social media Isaiah Chance denouncing NHG and ATK?
Yes, ma'am.
Why? Why was he doing that?
Yeah, I think he fell out with members of those groups.
And then you saw a social media post where he started posting and he tagged Ghost187, Rashad Murphy, his new 1200 friend, right? You saw that.
Yes, ma'am.
So he again switched.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that something you have done?
Never.
Anybody in 6 block that you're aware of switch up like that?
No.
Charles Jones and Gadaze, or co-defendant Isaiah Chance get into it on social media?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that pretty out there on social media?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you see them on Spaces getting into it?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you recall what they were getting into it for?
Yes, ma'am.
What was that?
Because they fake clothes.
Clothes.
Yes, ma'am.
He was posting wearing designer clothes, wasn't he?
Yes, ma'am.
And Charles Jones was making fun of him on social media, wasn't he?
Yes, ma'am.
Charles Jones has lots and lots of followers on social media, doesn't he?
Yes, ma'am.
Including the defendant in this case, Elisa Andrews. Did you know that?
No, ma'am.
You didn't know she follows him.
No, ma'am.
Would Charles Jones get into it with Ace on social media? Foolio and Ace get into it.
Not do I remember, I recall.
Well, maybe not social media, but YouTube videos.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, interviews with podcasters or music videos, drill raps that they're posting. They don't like each other.
No, ma'am.
It's pretty clear from the music videos.
Yes, ma'am.
And you admit Charles Jones really, really gets into it with people. I mean, he goes deep.
He does.
Right before the homicide actually occurred, are you familiar with the post that Charles Jones made to his social media account, blasting ATK and their CEO Ace? You're not aware of the social media post that he made about a thigh bone?
In a minute. I'll probably see.
Would it refresh your recollection to look at that post?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, may I approach? Yeah.
Okay. I remember.
You remember the post?
Yes, ma'am.
On
Okay, y'all, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put and let y'all see the interrogation. I'm gonna put it on it because I got to do the highway patrol tonight. This is Alicia interrogation.
Inspired by a true story.
I got it all on my land. The ears to hear.
Faith was tested.
What's the damage?
The situation here as it stands, okay, is we want to show you the stuff we want to show you, and we want to give you the opportunity, and it's your choice, okay, but before we can go into those details, we are going to read you the rights, okay? Don't you understand some of your rights? You're the driver's seat on this, okay? Talk about what you want to talk about, you want to talk about what you don't want to talk about, okay? This is up to you on this, but I think you're a person. I don't think you understand the gravity. I probably wasn't cut. I want you to be able to see what all we want to show you. The only way we can show you all of this is if you're able to talk with us and we'll talk with us. Does that make good sense? consult with an attorney before you make a statement or answer any question, and the right to have an attorney present during questioning. You understand that? If you want an attorney but cannot afford to hire an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you before during questioning free of charge. You understand that? You may use any of these rights at any time, before or during questioning, and you may stop this interview at any time. Do you understand that? Do you understand all the rights that I just read you? So you understand at any time, up to you. Okay? I want to show you a video here. Do you have any questions about your rights before I show you this video? Is that you in the footage? Okay, can you tell us what's going on here? Where are you at in this video? Do you remember what time you were in? Tell us. Whiskey. Got it. What do you call her?
Is there any turn up the volume? I'm having trouble
Does
hearing.
he go like, you don't call, you never call him that? Is that you in the footage? Okay, can you tell us what's going on here? Okay, where are you at in this video? Do you remember what time you were in? Okay. Can you tell us? Whiskey. Got it. What do you call him? Zay. So does he go like, you don't call, you never call him that? Never. Zay. Call him Zay.
Give me ready to go back to your regular.
That was it? Just the three of you? Okay. You remember going to McDonald's while you were in Tampa? You were hungry? Okay. So that's you in the car? Okay. Who was driving the car at that time? Was it the little brother that you were referring to? No? So you don't know this guy right here that's driving? What's he called? So, tell us a little bit about what you guys do in Tampa. Okay. What's Zay's baby? Where, some of the McDonald's parents.
Get the strong arm attorney John Foy and Associates. A big ruined your car and your career. Now the truck.
Sure. All right. You hear that? Okay. Let's bring the jury in.
Is that one club you're trying to get into? Is that you? Yeah. That's it? And so, you name that club? Okay. So,
You guys ready?
you tried to get into this club and you couldn't get in?
Is that him? Where's the witness?
You guys didn't want to pay for it? Or you just took the
Oh,
time?
okay.
Okay. Can you talk me into that, Jose? What's going on here? Is he using your phone? Can you tell me where you guys went after that?
Okay, I'd ask the media not to broadcast the face of the next witness.
All right. What's that? You know like what kind of places? Who's he talking to on the phone? Who was in his little brother?
Okay, very good. Okay, defense, call your next witness.
Just refresh your memory a little bit. And then back to McDonald's. You've never met him before? Was he at the Airbnb, you guys? How are you going to car with him and your boyfriend's not here? He was in the backseat? Okay. So how did this gentleman join you guys at some point in the evening? I don't know, but did you guys pick this guy up somewhere?
Where do you currently live? Don't
Was
you
that
guys
silver car that you're in the drive-through in? Is that the car that you and Zay traveled down from Jacksonville in for the weekend?
Hold on, y'all.
I rented out
Hold on.
Airbnbs to properties in Crow.
Hold on for a minute.
Okay. The Airbnb that you
Okay, I'm sorry.
You don't remember what vehicle you traveled down in from Jacksonville? What's that? You were calling Zay? He was kind of taking the activities for you in a different car than Zay and with you? Just you now? Is this Zay's little brother? You don't know that? You know this kid? You never met him before? Alright, so at the end of the day, okay, if you are just on the sidelines, alright, you need to tell us that, right? You didn't necessarily, Isaiah's leading the activities, he's on the phone, he's telling you where to be, right? You're with him by his side, right? But obviously, something big happened that weekend in Tampa, right? You know, exactly so. Are you excited about being pregnant?
Can't hardly hear Alicia.
Just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
I'm gonna skip it just a little bit. 4 years.
100% honest. I don't need to answer the question of whether you're lying or not. We all in this group know that you're lying. We have evidence, okay? Don't focus on one thing, the whole story. We know that you were down there. Okay, to kill Julio. We know that Zay was communicating with the gunman in that black Impala, and we know that the gunman in that black Impala were acting on this information that you and Zay were feeding him from the cruise to target Julio, down to the point where you knew exactly, the gunman knew exactly what seat he was seated in. You know who sees what seat Julio's seated in? The cruise. The silver cruise you're in when you're driving by it. Can you start talking? Don't miss this opportunity to say you're lying. Let me ask you something. How serious do you think this is right here? Will you answer that question? How serious do you think this is right here? I can tell you it's the most serious thing that is ever going to happen in your lifetime. Today is going to be the most serious day you have ever had in your lifetime. I can't even stress that enough to you how serious today is. You're 21 years old. We want to give you the opportunity to explain this to us. Anyone else? Did anybody else that came down here? You know why? Because you're experiencing these things. You left your phone on. Your phone communicated with the cell phone towers in your exact location the entire time. Alright? Your boyfriend, he is screwed. You just identified himself into 2 videos of him at True 15 and a teasers. Listen to me. You just screwed him. I already said we went out. No. I know what you're thinking in your head. No, I'm saying y'all thought I was by myself. No, I never thought you were by yourself. I always knew you were with him. We got his videos. We knew that was you. We knew that was Zay in that video. I'll tell you. We know that Zay is communicating with his little brother in Impala to kill Foolio. Here's the thing. Before we talked to you, we didn't have him. We do now. He's done. Zay is done based on who you identified in that video. He's done. His little brother's done too. He's done too. You've already put them in this. Okay, here's the thing. You don't know what you don't know. The problem is right now, at 19 years old, or 21 years old, you don't know a ton. You don't know a lot. The problem is you don't understand that those cell phone records seal your deal. I'm not talking about phone calls. I'm talking about it puts you every single point of the murder. You don't have any explanation for why you were at in the car at the scene of the murder. You're looking for Uber in a hotel parking lot or Julio was coming. Okay. So you turn around in the parking lot. You don't find that, you don't think that, like, I know you're not experiencing how court goes, but you know, again, you don't think when they hear the story that you and Zay are in the silver car in the parking lot, feet away from where Julio gets gunned down. You have everything to understand how that looks. Just because you are pulling the trigger doesn't mean that. You ever heard of an accomplice to serve accomplice? Here's the thing. Okay. So let me try to, I'm going to try to break this down super simple. Okay? Did you see the black power there with you at different places? Okay. So let me explain something else about this black power. You and this black power come from Jacksonville all the way to Canada together.
They record every single license plate that comes by. They catch you and that other car together multiple times on the way from Jacksonville here. It means you would have to hit the lottery to make it. It's impossible for those two cars to hit license plate readers hundreds of miles away at the exact same seconds. The two cars did because you followed each other all the way down. It's crazy. You don't get it. So, you're all this, okay? You know what a license plate reader is? Or a camera that takes pictures of license plates, okay? The license, here's a camera, okay? You're going down the interstate right here, and here's a car. Here's a Chevy Cruze. Picture taken. You have the license plate. Right behind it,
What's up, Nathan?
picture taken. That means these two cars are together. Now, that means those two cars are traveling together at the exact same time at multiple places in the state, coming from Jacksonville to Tampa. And you're going to tell me, huh? Does that make sense to you? The fact that you see the black Impala. You don't know anything about a black Impala. You don't know anything about a black car. Was anybody staying in your Airbnb that had a black car?
Georgia has been
She
rated
think
the
it's a
best state
joke.
for business 11 straight years. We're a national leader in providing reliable.
You're not sure. Was there anybody staying in your Airbnb other than you, Zay, and Zay's little brother? Was there anybody else staying in that Airbnb? You were in the room all the time. You came out of the room and you went places. Was there anybody in that Airbnb other than you, Zay, and his little brother? Did you go into the front door of the Airbnb and let anybody else in another door of the Airbnb be in the back door? Did you go to the parking lot of Teasers with your boyfriend, Zay, and decided not to go in the club? Because it's packed. Because it was packed. Can you tell me why you were wearing a COVID mask in that parking lot? Can you tell me why you don't have a mask on in other places? You're in a car with a guy you don't even know in the McDonald's drive-thru and you don't have a mask on. Your first line was, I don't want to get sick because I'm pregnant. A guy you don't even know a foot away from you in the McDonald's drive-thru get you sick? You were before you left Jacksonville, you stopped at Isaiah's little brother's house, okay? And we tracked from his house, all the way from his house, all the way down the highway, past the license plate readers, the silver Cruze, and the black Impala, all the way to the Airbnb, all the way to Teasers, where Foolio is performing his first show, all the way to Truth 18, where Foolio is going for his after party, all the way to the homicide scene. Look at this. All the way. No, but explain it to me. Explain to me how you black Impala in your car, all the way from Isaiah's little brother's house, from Jacksonville, all the way to here. Coincidence that Isaiah's little brother's car, because that's his car, traveling with your car. That's a lie. You were at his house before you came down to Jacksonville. You were at his house before you came down to Jacksonville. Were you at his house before you came down to Jacksonville? Answering the question, it's a yes or no question. Were you at his house before you came down to Jacksonville? So you were at a house. Was it black and all there? How should you see all the work this favorite jean jacket and your favorite jean pants. Answer this honestly. Is that you and Zay walking out of there? Is that Zay in front of you? You don't know. Let's get you a better picture. Does it make it easier for you? Who's that? You're not gonna recognize that as Zay right now? Huh? Well, you know, we're just going to be is that Zay's little brother? Yeah, we're gonna ask you the same things because they're simple questions. No, you're not answering. You're not answering at all. Like, the part that I'm struggling with is how I'm gonna explain to your mother and your father that you want to throw away your life.
All right, y'all, let me skip it. Since she act like
Giant walls.
she don't want to tell.
So tasty, it can make Poseidon switch to a spoon. Holy divine taste from the Greek gods.
Walls.
Let's skip it a little bit more. Skip it a little bit more. Hold on.
They're all fucked. We know about their history. We know about what Zay's been doing. We know about what his little brother's been doing. We sure as shit know what these gentlemen have been doing. These are the people who you're getting ready to ruin your parents over and throw away your life for. How you right? These are people that you want to ruin your parents for and throw away your life for? I know, no, that's a lie. No. I know you know that. Okay? I know that you know these two for sure. And I know that you saw these two at the Airbnb. I know it. I can prove it. Whether you want to lie to me about it or not, that's on you. These are the guys that you're willing to ruin your family for? That's what's happening. That's what's happening. That's what's happening right now. You're doing it. These are the guys that you're willing to ruin your family for. Your mom was very nice to those deputies that were out there at her house earlier, those officers, okay? She's a good lady. Do you agree with that? Breaking her heart won't even begin to describe what you're going to do to your mom tonight. You won't even describe it. Parents are never the same after this. They're never the same. Their life is ruined. It's generally easier if the child passes away than what they're going to go through on this because of your decisions. They're going to know you're there. They're going to know they can't see you. They're going to know they can't touch you. They're going to know they can't spend a holiday with you ever again. People in a family are going to pass away. And they're going to wish you could be there to mourn with them or go to a funeral. And they don't let you out ever. Your parents will pass away.
Let me skip it. She don't care.
You're right beside him, shoulder to shoulder. Yeah, but I'm looking at it. No, you're not. No. You have every excuse to not tell the truth. You're taking every excuse to not tell the truth. So tell us what he said. I don't know what he said. You're lying about the Airbnb. Yes, you are. You were the only one who's trying to protect Zay. You're trying it. I get it that you're trying to protect Zay. What's the side of your neck? What's the side of your neck say? Everything I say. What's the side of your neck say? What, this? Yeah. Princess. Okay. Listen. If you're truly on the sideline, and that's what you want, the people who are going to judge you to believe, okay? They know they're not dumb. They know that the sideline hears the conversations. The sideline sees what is in front of their eyes. We know because the video shows that you were standing shoulder to shoulder with Zay while he's talking on your phone. Okay, so we know because you're shoulder to shoulder with him while he's talking on the phone. We know that you heard what he said. They're not gonna believe you didn't hear him. Okay, we know that you're riding around in that car with him, shoulder to shoulder with only the center console in between you while he's communicating with the shooters. Okay, and they're gonna want to know, huh? But you heard what he was saying. You're gonna protect him. You're gonna protect him. So you talking to two grown men who've been in this shit too long. Like, how does that make sense to you? Does that make sense to you? If somebody told you I'm in a car with somebody and he's talking on the phone the whole time, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear one word he said. That makes sense to you? How does that make sense? I'm here. Here I am. I'm right here. Come on. Here's the center console. Come on. Hey, he just pulled up to the hotel. No. Turn around one more time. Hey, park real quick. Oh, I think he's in the passenger seat. Looking for the. Can you hear that? Can you hear me see that? You don't hear me see that? It's a game to you.
Oh, she laughing. Shouldn't have been laughing. Let me skip it some more, y'all. I get ready for highway patrol.
Well, we're only saying it because it's the truth. We're only saying it because we would like for you to find a better way in all this and tell the truth. Well, I can tell you this. You're going to end up being charged with first-degree murder. That's going to happen. Your life is going to be done. There is going to be nothing else for you ever again.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna get ready to go. Get ready for highway patrol. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. I'll be back for us. Thanks for watching.